Hey everybody, I'm Alex. I'm here at the Yoga Mix. Thanks for showing up and showing your support as we try to support you in this virtual space. I'm going to take you through a little bit of a Vinyasa flow. I'm going to cut out what would usually be the breath work at the beginning and cut short before the Savasana, just for sake of time, so I know it's tough to sometimes get these workouts in while you're stuck at home. But that being said, if you want to go ahead and pause the video now and take a little extra time to set yourself up with breath, I encourage that. And always feel free after the video to stay in Savasana as long as you need to. Rest is really important right now. But we are going to go ahead and begin sitting, rooting our sits bones down, just placing the hands on the knees, spine long, rolling the shoulders down and back. And just taking a moment or two, finding the breath, slowing it down, finding an intention maybe to hold at the third eye, the forehead center, something to keep with you during this practice. And inhale, reach the heart forward, let the head fall back. And exhale, round the spine, drop the chin to the chest, let the knees press into the hands, getting stretched between the shoulder blades. Inhale, heart forward, head back. Exhale, round, tuck the chin, press the knees into the hands. One more inhale, forward, heart open. Exhale, round. Inhale through center. Take both hands down, fingertips reaching out, just getting a deep stretch along the shoulders, the neck. And keeping the right arm to the mat, reach the left arm overhead, roll the top shoulder open, lift the heart, root down to the left hip, breathe into side body. Inhale back to center, switch it out, left hand to the mat, right arm overhead, opening up. And feel the ribs expand the skin as the lungs fill up. As they settle on the breath as you exhale. Inhale back to center. And exhale, hands to the knees. One more inhale, the heart forward, head back. Exhale, round. And back to neutral. And go ahead and make your way into tabletop. Pressing firmly through the hands, stacking joints, shoulders above elbows, above wrists, hips above the knees. And inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, round, press the mat away. Two more cat-cows at your own pace. Moving to breath, maybe bringing some movement into it, letting the torso roll around. Just closing the eyes, not thinking about it, just letting the body move. And come back to that neutral spine. Extend the right leg long, extend the left arm long. You can keep the toes on the mat or lift them off the mat. Press through the heel to reach for the fingertips. Take a breath in. As you exhale, draw knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, draw in. One more inhale. Exhale. Inhale, this time pause. Stay here, or maybe reach that arm around for the leg, reaching for a bind, pressing the foot into the hand, lifting the heart. One more breath. Release long, give the arm and leg a lift, and drop it back down to the mat. One cat-cow, even out the hips, the shoulders. And back to neutral. Left leg long, right arm high. Take a breath in. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend, keep the belly drawing in. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, draw it in. Two more, inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, extend. Keep it here, maybe reach around for that bind. Opening the heart, pressing the foot into the arms. One more breath. Release the leg, the arm, give it a lift. Back down to the mat, one cat-cow. Back to neutral. Tuck those toes under, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a moment here, head out the feet, bend the knees, bring some movement and warmth into the back of the legs. Eyes, the elbows rolling forward. Pressing firmly through the triads of the hands. So the knuckle of the pointer finger of the thumb, the space between rooting down, not rolling to the pinky edges. Find stillness for a breath. Inhale, lift onto the tippy toes. Exhale, send the heels to the mat. Inhale onto the tippy toes. Exhale, heels to the mat. One more inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, heels to the mat. One more breath here. Gaze forward, walk the feet in between the hands. Soft knees, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, pause. Shoulders melting down the spine, neck long, belly drawn in. Heel toe with feet to hip width or maybe a little wider. Take a breath in. Exhale, fold, ragdoll. Grab opposite elbows, let the head be heavy, maybe sway side to side. Maybe shake the head yes, no. Just letting the spine, the neck, the head be long and heavy. One more breath. Release the hands to the mat. Heel toe the feet back together. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Soft knees as you roll up one vertebra at a time. Head is asked to rise. Inhale the arms overhead, watch the palms connect. Exhale, thumbs catch the third eye as you bring the hands to heart center. Take a moment, root into the feet. Roll the shoulders down and back, sink the kneecaps in and up. Find your breath, your intention. Your body in this space on this mat. Preparing to flow. Inhale, extended mountain, reach long. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Plant the palms, step or hop back. Drop the knees or flow through chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Find a breath or two here. I'm recovering from a shoulder injury, so I take my chaturangas very gently and lightly on the knees. You can always go through a straight leg or drop the knees or skip it all together. Up to you, listen to your body. And gaze forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop between the hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, inhale, extend the mountain, flowing right back into it. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Plant the palms, step or hop. Flow through chaturanga on the out breath. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. One more sun A, gaze forward, walk, step or hop. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Plant the palms, step or hop, flow through chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Lift the right leg high, bend the knee, open up the hip. Keep the shoulders square. Lift the knee high, that foot flexed. Breathing into side body. Start to square the hips, lengthen the right leg long. Inhale. Exhale, jog in, knee to nose. Inhale, extend, make space. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Gaze forward, step that right foot forward to a high lunge, pause. Melt the shoulders back, draw the belly in, hovering over that thigh. And the ball of the back foot. Breathing here. Hips low, heart high. One more breath here. Drop that back knee, uncurl the back toes. Send the hips towards the heels. Lengthen that front leg, walk the hands in, inhale. Exhale, fold. Drawing that right hip back, squaring the hips. You can always be on blocks here. Let the hands bring the floor a little closer to you. One more breath. This time, walk the hands forward, come into a bend, a low lunge. Inhale. And we're going to go back and forth, pulsing through. So exhale, walk the hands back, a half split. Inhale, forward, lower lunge. One more, exhale, back, half split. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Hands plant. Curl back toes under, lift the knee. Step back to plank. Downward facing dog. Left knee high. Bend the knee, open the hip. Breathing here. Square the hips, lengthen the leg. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Try to stack the shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Gaze forward, step it through, coming into that high lunge. Hips low, heart high. Breathe into the right hip. One more breath. Drop that back knee, uncurl the toes, hips back, left leg long. Inhale, find some length in the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Start to lift up on the inhale. Walk the hands forward, come to that low lunge. Hips back, leg long, exhale. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half split. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half split. Inhale to that low lunge, plant the palms, curl the back toes under, lift that knee, step it back, downward facing dog. Gaze forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop. Halfway lift, lengthen, exhale, forward fold. Root to rise, big breath in. Exhale, hands to heart center. Find some weight in the left foot, pick up the right knee, take a big step back and pivot to face the side wall. You're gonna bring the toes in, the heels out. Bring the hands to the hips, squeeze the shoulders back, inhale, lift the heart, and exhale, forward fold. You can release the hands to the mat. You can grab peace fingers to big toes or walk the hands behind you. Find a hand placement that feels good to you. Wherever you are, pressing down and out through the pinky toe edges of the feet, drawing in and up through the inner thighs. Don't lock out the knees. Our tendency is to lock the knees out and send the hips back. We want soft knees, hips stacked over heels. Find 3 breaths here, deeply in and out through the nose, that Ujjayi breath. If the palms aren't already there, go ahead and bring them right underneath the face so that you can inhale, halfway lift. Bring the hands to the hips, squeeze the elbows back with a strong core and a flat back, lift up. And take a big step forward with that right foot back to the front of the mat. Inhale, extend the mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Plant the palms, step back, flow it out, chaturanga on the out breath. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg high, gaze forward, step it through, coming into warrior 2. Opening up, reaching fingertip to fingertip. Draw the shoulders back, hug the ribs in, sink a little lower. Breathing here. Reach forward, flip the palm, reverse your warrior, big breath in. Exhale, extended side angle. Bring the elbow to the knee, left arm overhead. And always bring the hand all the way to the mat. Try to keep the knee in line with the ankle here. Opening up through the top shoulder, core strong. One more breath here. Press up to that top hand, warrior 2. Reach forward, flip the palm, reverse your warrior. Cartwheel the hands to the mat. Step back to plank, flow through chaturanga. Exhale. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Left leg high. Gaze forward, step it through. Open up, warrior two. Breathe. Reach forward, flip the palm, reverse your warrior, big breath in. Exhale, extended side angle. Right arm overhead, forearm to knee, or hand all the way down to the mat. Open that right shoulder up, breathe here. Lift up to the top, hand inhale. Reach forward, flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Cartwheel the hands to the mat. Step it back, flow through chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. 3 breaths here. Recentering, finding the mind if it's wandered off. Always coming back to breath or intention. Gaze forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Root to rise, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Find weight in the right foot, lift the left knee. Take a big step back, pivoting. I'm going to turn around to face you so that you can see what I'm doing, but this time, bring the heels in, toes out. Coming into a goddess squat. So we're going to open up the arms to cactus, push the elbows forward, press the backs of the hands behind you, sink a little lower. Breathe here. Belly strong. Lift the right heel off the mat. Place it back down. Left heel and back down. Both heels. Sink a little lower. Pause. Keep breathing. And pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Heels down. Staying here. Interlace the hands behind the head. Press the shoulders and elbows back. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring the right elbow to the right knee. Back to center. Over to the left. Taking side crunches. Working on the obliques. Just taking it side to side here at your own breath's pace. Moving slowly. Feeling the legs maybe starting to shake. Realizing that it's a privilege to even be able to feel that heat, to sink a little lower. Find yourself at center. Lengthen the arms, the legs, inhale. Toes in, heels out, hands to the hips. Lift the heart, elbows, shoulders back, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Again, hand placement wherever you would like to take it, maybe different than you tried the last time. Maybe piece fingers to big toes. Maybe you take a bind behind the back, letting the arms fall forward. And finding again 3 breaths here. Deep and steady. Wherever your hands are, place them back underneath the face. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to the hips, shoulders, elbows back. Lift up. Big step forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, extend the mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. Find a breath, let the blood flow, settle back down from the head, back into the body. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, extended mouth, and maybe a baby back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Plant the palms, step it back, flow through chaturanga, out breath. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift that right leg high, bend the knee, open the hip. Square the hips, lengthen the leg, gaze forward. Big step forward, drop that back knee. Uncurl the back toes, coming into that little lunge. Take the right hand on the inside of the right foot. Placing both palms to the mat. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you come all the way down to the forearms, setting up for lizard. You can always come onto blocks here on the forearms. You can keep the foot here. If you're going to keep the foot neutral, draw that right knee into center. Try not to let it splay out. If you want to get more into the right side, pick up that right foot and bring it out to about 1 o'clock, and then open onto the pinky edge like you're opening up a book. Wherever you are, sinking the hips low, lifting the heart high. If you're on forearms, press the forearms into the mat, lifting through the heart, trying not to collapse the shoulders down as you breathe here. Two more breaths. If you're on the pinky edge, start to come back, bring the toes back to 12 o'clock. If you're on forearms, lifting up onto the palms. Curl the back toes under, lift the knee. You're going to walk the hands over to the left and all the way to the back of the mat. So you're coming into that low lunge here at the back of the mat. Now dropping the right knee, uncurling the toes. Bring that left hand on the inside of the foot, coming onto palms or maybe forearms. Keeping the foot here, maybe bringing it out to an angle, opening up onto the pinky edge. Again, anything pressing down into the mat is going to lift you out of the hips and keep you from collapsing in. So the big toe and the top of the back foot pressing into the mat. Forearms or palms pressing down, heart lifting. Breathing here. One more breath. Bring that foot back to 12 o'clock if it's at an angle. Back to the palms, curl the back toes under, lift that knee. Walk the hands all the way forward again to the front of the mat. So you're going to step that left foot in, setting up for pyramid. So your feet are about hip width apart, like you're on railroad tracks. You can always have blocks on your hands here, or maybe propped up on your fingertips. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Drawing that right hip back. Breathing. One more breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Walk the hands forward. Take the right hand down to the mat or a block about an angle of the pinky toe. Start to lift up half moon. So you can stay here with the left hand on the mat. Maybe bring the hand to the hip. If you're feeling steady, lifting the left hand to the sky. That top foot flex, lifting through the glute, feeling the engagement all the way from the heel to the glute. Breathing here, maybe keeping it here. Reaching for a bind if you're sugarcane within your practice. For 3, 2, 1. If you're bound, release. Square the hips, bring that left hand back to the mat. Keep the leg lifted. Take a breath in. As you exhale, draw that left knee into the right, coming into a little squat in the right leg. Inhale, lengthen the leg, point through the toes, the ball of the foot extend. Exhale, crunch it in, little squat. Keeping the core strong, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw it in. 2 more, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw it in. Last one, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw in, pause. Bring the hands to heart center. Try to keep the foot lifted. Press that foot back, coming into a high lunge. Ball the back foot touches down. Hands still at heart center. Inhale, find some length. Exhale, twist, bring the left elbow to the right knee. If this is too intense, you can always drop that back knee down to the ground for support. You can stay here, maybe open up the arms wide. Breathe in here. Find a little more length on the inhale, just a little deeper on the exhale. Inhale, unwind, coming into crescent lunge, big breath in. Exhale, plant the palms, step it back, flow through chaturanga. Exhale. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Gaze forward, step or hop. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Root to rise, inhale. Exhale, hands, heart center, find your breath. Two or three more breaths here, finding center. Inhale, extend the mountain, reach tall. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Plant the palms, step or hop. Flow through chaturanga. Upward facing dog, broaden across the collarbone. Downward facing dog. Gaze forward, bend the knees, walk, step or hop. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Come again to pyramid on the left side, this time stepping the right foot back. Again, hip width apart, maybe a little, about 3 feet between the feet, maybe a little deeper if you have a little bit more open hamstrings. Lengthen, inhale. Fold, exhale. Again, hands can always be on blocks here. The palms can be on the floor or palmed up onto fingertips. Drawing the left hip back, drawing the heart towards that leg. Two more breaths here. Gaze forward, start to walk the hands forward, setting up for half moon. Coming up onto the fingertips or maybe a block, opening that right hip. Taking the hand to the hip or maybe reaching it to the sky. And try and bring the weight back into the heels. So shift the hips a little bit further towards the back of the room. You'll start to feel that engagement a little bit more down the leg, down the glute to breathe in. Maybe taking it sugar cane if that's within your practice, finding a bind, opening up through the heart. Breathing for 3, 4, 2, last 1. If you're bound, release, square the hips. Keep that leg lifted, take a breath in. As you exhale, drawing that knee in, a little squat in the left leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw it in, little squat. Feel that leg starting to shake. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Pausing here. You know where we're going. Find your balance. Bring your hands to heart center. Keep that leg lifted, hovering for a moment. Big step back. Pause here. Draw the belly in. Breathe. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, twist right elbow, left knee. Squeezing the inner thighs together, drawing the belly in, heart opening. Squeeze the shoulders back, press the palms together. Keep the breath strong here. One more inhale. Exhale, start to unwind, lift up, crescent lunge, big breath in. Exhale, plant the palms, same out breath brings you through chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Gaze forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Through to rise, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center, close the eyes. Find breath. With the eyes open, inhale, extended mountain, maybe a back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, plant the palm, step it back, downward facing dog. Pause in here. Draw it forward into plank, keeping the hips level with the hips, rolling the eyes with, or forward. Sorry, I meant to say hips level with the shoulders. Draw the belly in. Breathing here. Lift the right leg to a hover. Bring the knee to the elbow. Back to a hover. Place the right foot back down. Left foot to a hover. Knee to elbow. Back and down. One more each side. Lifting the right leg to a hover. Draw knee to elbow. Send it back. Drop the foot. Left leg lifts, knee to elbow, send it back, drop the foot, inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, breathe in, downward facing dog, breathe out. 3 breaths. Taking a scan of the body, maybe you can release some tension. Maybe the mind's wandered off, you can bring it back. And give the head a shake, yes and no. Maybe wiggle the hips, shake up the knees, make some sound. Whatever you're holding on to, just let it out right now. Lift the right leg high, inhale. Bend the knee, open the hips, stay here, maybe flip out the dog. If you do, knees in line, heart high, lifting the arm overhead, reaching to the fingertips, squeezing shoulders together. If you flipped out, start to unwind, lengthen that right leg long, inhale. Step it forward, exhale. Lift open, warrior two. Reach forward, flip the palm, reverse to warrior. Flow it out, exhale, hands to the mat. Step that right foot back, chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Lift the left leg, bend the knee, open the hip. Stay here, maybe take that right palm to the center of the mat, flipping open, lifting hips, lifting heart, breathe in, reaching to the front of the room. If you're flipped out, start to unwind, lengthen the left leg long, inhale. Step it forward, exhale. Warrior two, inhale. Reach forward, flip the palm, reverse. Flow it out, cartwheel the hands to the mat. Left foot back, chaturanga, breathe out. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog. Gaze forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Root to rise, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. And we'll come into chair, so bring the big toe mounts to touch, leaving a little space between the heels. Sink the hips back, reach the arms long. Try to draw the arm bones back in line with the ears. Sink the hips a little lower. The weight is in the heels, so shifting back. Lift all 10 toes. Now see if you can place each toe back down individually, one at a time. It's a lot harder than it sounds. Sink a little lower. Hands to the heart. Find some length, inhale. Exhale, we're gonna twist left elbow, right knee. And keep it here, you can open the arms. If you have an arm balance within your practice, you can go ahead, plant the palms. Take yourself there. Breathing slowly and deeply. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you're in an arm balance, bring it back up. The arms are open, closing. Inhale through chair. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, find length. Exhale, twisting the other side. Palms connecting, drawing the shoulder blades back. Hips are low. Try to keep the hips lower than the heart if you can. You can keep the arms here again, or open up, maybe find your arm balance. Wherever you are, go there slowly and mindfully. Breathing for 5, 4, 3, maybe smile, last 2, and 1. Arm balancing, lifting up, arms open, closing, coming back through chair, inhale, exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, heel to the feet to hip width apart, bring peace fingers to big toes. Halfway lift, breathe in, lengthen, then exhale, fold, let the elbows come wide. Let the head be heavy, maybe shake the head yes and no. And drawing the torso closer to the legs with the strength of the biceps. Inhale, lengthen, release the toes. Exhale, heel to the feet back together. Inhale, find some more length. Exhale, plant the palms, step it back. Chaturanga, breathe out. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg up, gaze forward, setting up for pigeon. Bring the knee to the elbow, the ankle to the wrist. to heel toe that foot back. Flex the front foot long. Lengthen through the chest, inhale. And keep it here for a breath or two, letting the hips settle into pigeon. If you can, try to get the hip in line with the knee. If this is too much and you have a lot of space here between that hip and the floor, you can bring a block underneath. One more breath here. And if you'd like to, you can start to walk the hands forward, coming out to the forearms. If you would like to release some tension in the neck, you can always bring a block underneath the forehead or walk the hands all the way up. Settling into the hips here. And if you want to take it a little deeper, you can walk the hands over to the left, bringing the heart closer to the ankle and settle back down. And try to keep the mind from wandering here. Breathing into the hips, softening through the jaw. And find 3 more deep breaths here. Walk hands back over through center. Start to walk them in, lifting the torso. And just fall over onto the right hip. Swing that left leg around and set up for fire long. I'll go ahead and face you. We're going to try and stack the shins. So if this isn't available to you, you can always bring, forgive me, I forgot my blocks, but a block underneath the knee, in between the knee and the ankle. And you can always bring a block underneath this, the ankle that's extended past the knee for a little support. You want both feet flexed. The goal is to get the shins parallel with one another. Again, if you're not there, that's totally fine. Just go to whatever level you can. But intention is to keep both feet flexed. Again, the shins parallel. Lengthen the spine, inhale. And then start to walk the hands forward as you exhale. When you find your edge, take a moment, breathe in, find a little more length. And then exhale, fold. Again, always option to bring a block underneath the forehead here. Slow and steady breath. Sending the breath to that left hip as if there's a balloon that lengthens and opens and expands on the inhale. And contracts, and loosens, softens on the exhale. 2 more breaths. On your second exhale, walk the hands in. Start to uncurl the legs. You can either cross the ankles, roll over, or just find your way into downward facing dog, just so that we can take a breath here, even out the hips. Then taking the same thing, the other side, left leg long, inhale. Draw it forward for pigeon on the exhale. Take a moment to set yourself up, heel toeing that back foot back. Making sure that the foot is in line so it's not bananing one way or the other. And the shin can be parallel just from the mat, or if your hips are tight, the closer that you bring your heel into the groin, the more space you have. So find where your hips are going to allow you to go today. Maybe bring a block under the left hip. You can always come onto the back as well into figure 4 if your knees are too sensitive for pigeon. Flex that front foot, take another breath here, letting the hips settle. When you're ready, starting to walk it forward on the exhale, coming to your edge. Listening to the body. Not pushing if you don't need to push today, or maybe you do. I'm going to push past your comfort zone, go a little deeper. And just really listening in to the body in this time, but also just to the planet, the earth in this moment. Feeling the support underneath you from the mat. If you want to go a little deeper, you can walk the hands over to the right, again bringing the heart closer to the ankle, and then settle back in. Find 5 more breaths here, slow and steady. Inhales matching exhales. Maybe that now that you've been here for a little bit, you can go a little deeper, soften a little more. 3 more breaths. On your 5th exhale, walking the hands in, lifting the torso. Again, swinging that right leg around. I'm going to go ahead and face you. But bring the right leg on top of the left leg this time. Taking a moment, press the hands into the mat to lift the hips so that you can even them out. And if you can, stacking the shins parallel to each other. If not, you can always come in just an easy cross-legged, or maybe bring a block underneath the knee, in between the knee and the ankle and the ground on the side. And try to get the ankle bone of that top leg to extend past the knee. You don't want the ankle bone digging in to the thigh. That's never comfortable. Wherever you are, taking a deep breath in, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, walking the hands forward, folding over the legs, coming to your edge. When you find your edge, breathing in, lengthening, and exhale, folding. And maybe find a smile. It's a beautiful thing to be able to be here on the mat practicing. Two more breaths. On your 2nd exhale, walking the hands in, lift the torso, uncurl the legs. Option here to cross the ankles, roll over, maybe take an optional Vinyasa, or just meet in downward facing dog. I'm going to jump through to a seat, or you can just drop the knees, swing the legs around, cross the ankles, roll them forward. I'm going to face you, then lengthen the legs long, flex the feet. You're going to bring the hands on either side of the hips, draw the elbows back, lift the heart, and draw the chin back so that the spine is long, the neck is in line with the spine. Keep this length, keep the feet flexed, the legs engaged. Inhale the arms overhead, and exhale, take it forward. Whenever the hands find the floor, the mat, the ankles, wherever they fall, take a breath in, find some more length, and then exhale, forward fold. And try to keep the low back nice and long here, so any roundings only kind of come from the upper spine. You can let the head fall, the chin tuck, but again, just keeping that low back nice and long, drawing the leg bones back into the sockets, legs engaged. Try to keep the mind steady here, focusing on breath, intention, on sensation. Try not to let the mind wander. 3 more breaths. On the 3rd exhale, walking the hands in, lift the torso. And then put the soles of the feet to the mat. Arms facing forward, palms facing one another. Draw the arms back, lift the chest. And lift the feet off the mat. Option here to keep the legs and the shins parallel to the mat, or maybe lengthen the legs all the way out long. Hold here, breathing, drawing the belly and lifting through the heart. Next, inhale, lower little boat. Exhale, high. Inhale, low. Exhale, high. 2 more, inhale, low. Exhale, high. Last one, low boat. High boat, pause. Interlace all but the pointer fingers. Take a breath in. Exhale, stay. Draw the arms over to the right. And little pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2, keep breathing. 1, back to center. Arms to the left, little pulses for 5. Keep the legs lifted, 4, belly drawn in, 3, last 2, and 1. Arms back to center, place the soles of the feet to the mat. Roll down 1 vertebra at a time. See if you can keep the feet to the floor as you do so. And when you get all the way to the mat, drawing the knees into the chest, rocking side to side. Maybe making circles with the knees, one way and the other. We're almost done with core, but I have to get you in just a little more. So lengthen the legs to the sky, the soles of the feet to the ceiling. Place the hands either on either side of the hips, or if you need a little more support in the low back, bring them underneath the glutes. Bring the heels together, the toes apart, so you're in a little pizza slice. Draw the low belly into the mat, trying to keep the low back glued down. Pause here, and then take the legs to 30 degrees. Halfway to hover, lift the shoulders, gaze at the feet, click the heels together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the shoulders, lift the legs halfway, 30 degrees, and back to start. Find a breath. We have 2 more of these. You can do it. And as you're ready, 30 degrees lower, halfway to a hover, shoulders lift, click. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the shoulders, halfway lift the legs, 30 degrees to the ceiling. Last one, right back into it, lower 30 degrees. Halfway to hover, lift the shoulders, click the heels. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shoulders down, legs halfway, 30 degrees to the ceiling, knees in, side to side, rock it. Reach for the big toes or maybe the inner or outer edges of the feet. Come into happy baby. Knees wide, again, low back glued to the mat, shoulders soft. Maybe lengthening one leg and switching it out other leg. Back to happy baby. Find 2 more breaths here. Draw the knees into the armpits. And start to lower the heels, draw the knees back in, give them a squeeze. Keeping the right knee in, lengthen the left leg long. Right arm to the right, take a breath in. And exhale, start to twist, bringing that leg across the body to the left. Gazing over that right shoulder. Starting to slow the breath. Maybe close the eyes, relax the jaw. No effort here, letting gravity do its work, breathing into the side of the body. And keep it here. If you want to take it a little deeper, you can always lengthen that top leg long, reaching for a bind of the big toe. Always bend that bottom knee, also reaching for a bind. It's up to you, finding 3 more breaths. And your third, exhale, unwinding, bringing both knees in, leveling out the hips, rock side to side. Keep the left knee in, extend the right leg long, the left arm out to the left. Take a breath in. Exhale, twist. Knee to the right, gaze to the left. Again, you can always extend that top leg, reaching for a bind. If you want to go a little deeper, maybe bending the bottom knee, reaching for a bind there as well. Belly soft, and breath slow. 3 more breaths. Third exhale, unwinding back to center again, both knees to the chest. From here, sitting up for an inversion. So just getting the feet above the heart for at least 10 breaths. You can just simply lift the legs to the sky. You can bring a block underneath or the hands underneath the pelvis here for a little support. If you have a full shoulder stand in your practice, rolling back, lifting the legs, maybe a shoulder stand, a headstand, and your handstand in your practice, whatever you would like to do that you can safely, mindfully do to get the feet above the heart. Go there, letting the blood flow, oxygen release, back to the heart. Starting to slow the breath even more. Trying to keep that third eye focused. Intention, breath, sensation. Try to keep the attention on the feet here instead of letting the mind wander if you're having a hard time. See if you can notice that moment when the feet start to get light because the blood starts to reverse back all the way down. And just starting to focus on the breath again, the benefits of practice. Finding some gratitude. It's really beautiful again to be able to move this way, to have the time, the space, the energy, the health. And if you're in full shoulder stand and you want to take it into plow, to Halasana, start to lower the feet behind the head. If you're in waterfall as I am, just stay here. You can make it even more assertive if you like. If you're in waterfall, you can lift the arms for dead bug, letting the blood flow reverse from the hands also back to the heart. And if you're in Halasana plow and you'd like to take it to Karnapasana, deaf man's pose, bring the knees to the ears, applying gentle pressure. And wherever you are, taking a few more breaths. And eventually working your way out. If you fully inverted into a headstand, form stand, go ahead and take yourself to child's pose for a few breaths like everyone else. Start to make your way back out into happy baby. Taking a few breaths here. And we'll set ourselves up for fish, one little counter pose before we settle into Savasana. So traditional fish, taking the legs long. And start to walk the hands, the elbows in, bring the palms underneath the glutes, point the toes, in a rotation up the thighs. Start to lift the chest so that the head falls back, the top of the head will touch the mat. Lifting the heart, breathing into the throat, stimulating the thyroid. One more breath here. When you're ready, starting to tuck the chin, coming back to the shoulders, letting the elbows come out. And if there's any last little poses, movements you want to take, maybe grabbing a sip of water, finding a towel for over the eyes, go ahead. Bring yourself into Savasana, laying out long on the mat, nice and heavy, taking up space. And take a deep breath in through the nose, filling all the way at the top of the lungs. Sip in a little more. Hold. Open the mouth, exhale, sigh out. Another breath like that, deeply in through the nose. This time make this, clench the glutes, point the toes, squeeze everything in, make face, scrunch it in. Sip in a little more, hold. Open the mouth, stick out the tongue, let it go. Relax between the eyebrows. Let the tongue fall heavy in the back of the throat. Relax the chest. And release forearms, biceps and triceps, wrists and fingers. Soften the belly, the glutes and pelvis. Let the thighs, knees, shins, calves be heavy. Ankles and toes relax. And again, option to stay here for as long as you like. And when you're ready, making your way out. Rolling onto one side and resting in fetal pose. And eyes closed or downcast gaze, starting to lift up and out, letting senses guide you back to seated at the top of the mat. And take a moment, root the sits bones down, and let the spine be long. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, palms connect, draw the thumbs to the forehead center for clarity of thought. Sliding to the lips, speaking your truth, and meeting at the heart. Always grateful. Let the eyes flutter open. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.